On this episode of Bantha Milk Podcast, we change the galaxy as we know it.
Yeah, brick by brick, talk by tick. It's going to change around and be something different, right?
It sure will.
It's the Bantha Milk Podcast. Yeah! Pour a glass of that blue milk, we know it's gonna last. With Rob and James behind the controls, discussing Jedi, Sith, and all the plot holes. Every week we're back, can't be denied. Got the hot takes flowing and the canon clarified.
Welcome to Bantha Milk Podcast. As always, I'm Rob, and James is right over there. Woo! James is there. We are back with another episode, and I'm turning the volume up instead of down. We love that plan. All right, so, hello, James. How are you, my friend?
I am fantastic. It's a new year, which means a whole bunch of new Star Wars stuff happening in the world amongst everything else. So we take these wins fast.
We sure do. Take as many of these Star Wars wins as we can, that's for sure. I'm excited because The Mandalorian and Grogu is coming out very soon. Mm-hmm. That's new. Maul will be out sometime. Ahsoka will be out sometime this year. So all these things, the Visions, new Vision story will be out, but all those things are off in the future. We're going to actually take a step into the past a little bit because I realized we never broke down Rebuild the Galaxy, the Lego Star Wars story, before, so we're going to break it down. I only prepped for the first 2 episodes. I hope that's all you did as well, because that was our assignment, and I probably, James, knowing you have all 8 episodes ready to go.
I worked ahead. I'm ready for 4, but 2 is good. Okay. We can do 2. I'm just going to have to go through my notes and make sure I'm not spoiling anything for you.
No spoils. No spoils for episode 3 or 4, no.
Yes.
But I have a very thorough, poorly written breakdown of all of episodes 1 and 2, so we can bounce back and forth, and if you start talking about things that I didn't write down, I'd be like, huh? Then you know you might have went a little too far. But before we do that, we have all of our regular things we have to get through first, like, what are you drinking?
The question on everyone's mind, right?
The question on everyone's mind. That is what it is, all right. Well, I am drinking from a Bath Brewing. Is in Louisiana, 43 miles north of New Orleans. For those of you that don't know, it's not called New Orleans, it's New Orleans. So this is from there. It is called Christmas Ale. Now, I hope I don't get tricked again like I did last time with my winter lager that was very dark.
Yeah, that was a very dark lager, so I can only imagine what this ale is going to look like. I'm kind of hoping maybe green and red could be a good look for this one.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be a great look. So we'll see what it is. And
you're only a few days out of season.
Yeah, I don't want to wait too much longer because we'll definitely be out of season. Speaking of that, what is the appropriate time to take down the Christmas lights? Or if you have the permanent ones set up, to change them from the festive colors back to the white colors? What is the appropriate time for that? What do you say?
The best argument I've heard from it is you respect the 12 days of Christmas, which start on December 25th. So then you go through January 6th with all of your Christmas celebration, and then everything can come down at your leisure. Unless you just like how it looks, then keep it up. Or if you're like my neighborhood and it's too cold, so what are you thinking trying to pull those frozen lights out from anywhere?
I hear you. So this past weekend, for us, it was unusually warm. So normally I wait till like February or March when it finally starts to warm up to pull them down. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you don't turn them on anymore, but you leave them up there.
Yeah.
So I actually I ripped them down this weekend, and this is probably the earliest that I've ever taken the Christmas decorations down because it was so unseasonably warm outside. So I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But that's why I wanted to know what you thought. But,
yeah, it's a fair question. Our tree is still up in our house. It is a great centerpiece in our living room, and so we like that. We didn't put lights up outside other than our permanent lights. So,
right. I took the ornaments off the tree to finish taking the rest of the tree down and left the tree up. So I have an ornamentless tree in my living room right now. Speaking of that, that's funny.
Okay, that's interesting. So,
yeah. It was because I, halfway did it. But you didn't tell us what you're drinking. What are you drinking?
I have a throwback to where it all began. In this one, I have the Skeleton Crew Brew, the Hornswoggle Pineapple Cream Ale again. So
that's a good one because that is perfect for when we started the show together. I just noticed that on my Christmas ale that the Santa is being pulled by alligators.
I mean that makes tons of sense. So
yes, since it's now that we know that it's a Louisiana beer.
Okay, it might actually does make
perfect sense. Okay, yes. All right, let's pop these open and let's see what we get here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Got a slow fizz out of it, so we'll see how that one goes.
Was good there.
Yours definitely gave a little bit more of that authentic one. All right, show us how
that
it's
was
done.
more of it. Let's see what color it is. Is it going to be red and green? It is not as dark as last week. It is not red and green.
You got some hope, right? It might be the thing.
Yes.
So
it's a little dark brownish in there, maybe, but definitely not like last time.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I didn't even smell it.
Well,
it smells good.
Get on it, right?
Very hoppy. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's nice. I like it. I would drink a whole bunch of these. This is delicious.
Well, good. Get to it.
This is wonderful. So, get it before it goes out of season.
I know. It might be too late at this point, but
it might be too late.
Than...
You might not be able to find it.
But maybe. Maybe. So, yeah.
All right. That's delicious. All right. So before we get into some Jedi news, because we have one very important news from the park that I want to open with, although I don't know much about it. Maybe you know more of the details than I do, but here we go. Let's get some Jedi news in here.
Star Wars news.
All right, so James, I'm pretty sure you know what I'm about to talk about.
I hope so.
There, in Galaxy's Edge, we no longer have two Bantha milks to choose from. We now have a pink milk also. And do you know what the pink milk flavor is supposed to be? Because everything that I was seeing was before anybody was able to drink it. Did you get?
I mean, pink milk always to me says like strawberry milk would be the thing that I would assume for something like that. But I feel like that's too obvious, so I can't imagine that's the case. So.
Okay, so Walt Disney World News Today says pink milk from Galaxy's Edge at Disneyland Resort has arrived. It is a plant-based rice milk blended with sweet and fruity characteristics. Pink milk canonically, I don't even know what that word is, originates in the Star Wars comic series, specifically in the 2023 Star Wars Santa Saros miniseries, where it is mentioned in the first issue. In universe, it comes from rodent-esque creatures called poaxters.
Oh, okay. Yep. Of course. Yep.
First off, pink milk is not pink. It's more of a coral color.
It definitely
bordering on orange. It also has the same frozen slushy consistency as the other milks. Now that that's out of the way, how does it actually taste? The answer is banana runts. That's all a reporter could get from drinking this. There were other vaguely tropical notes in there somewhere, but the artificial banana absolutely dominates the drink. If you love that distinctly fake, overly sweet banana flavor, you'll probably want to try this. So there we go. You can try the pink milk and milk stand in Galaxy's Edge, along with the blue and the green milk.
You are making me have to pull up the app and look and see if there's a better description in here than someone trying to say runts.
It's runts, yeah.
I just that one doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, no. Well, have you ever had like the candies? The banana flavored candies?
I've had them, but I couldn't tell you what they taste like. And that's what's really throwing me off in all of this. And that is not helping. Sweet and fruity characteristics.
To me,
okay.
Yeah. So to me, like, the banana runts definitely taste like almost like the banana flavored marshmallows. Like, very processed, it's like we're trying to go for a banana flavor, but we don't actually hit it. That's kind of what it tastes like. So, and I can see them saying that it's overly powerful. So let's see if Disney Food Blog on their Instagram page. We finally tried the pink milk. Just sweet and fruity, and honestly, the tracks way more than what we taste. We couldn't really pick out specific fruit flavorings. The sweet, refreshing, very artificial in a good way, almost like pink bubble gum. Normally, super artificial flavors aren't our thing, but this one actually worked. It's cold, refreshing, and easy to sip, especially if you enjoy the other milks in Galaxy's Edge. Okay, so this is the second review that says very artificial flavoring.
Okay.
So,
and I know the milk for a lot of other people, like the blue and green milk, is kind of hit or miss in a lot of ways. So it's like, it'd be interesting if sweetening it up with kind of those artificial flavors kind of gives you that run for what it is. I'm intrigued. But I like the milk, so it would be something I would definitely consider trying next time I was there.
Yeah, we've tried both of them. I like the blue milk better than the green milk. I vaguely remember the blue milk being more like coconutty. Am I recalling that correctly?
Yeah, that feels about right. Yep.
Yeah. So I remember liking it, and it was pretty good. So we'll see. Maybe they'll tweak it if everybody's complaining that it tastes too artificially. Maybe they'll tweak the recipe a little bit. But
yeah.
So we got that. All right. So this first article, I just had to get it because it was pretty funny. It's from MSN also.
Okay.
And it's the 20 best Star Wars TV episodes ranked.
Ooh. Okay. That's gutsy. I like it.
Yeah, because you're going through how many? They have 8 or 9 different shows, maybe even more now.
There's
TV
a lot of shows
that they've produced, and they're trying to find the 20 best single episodes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is crazy. So
that's a big ask.
It's a very big ask. So where did it go? Okay, so Destiny: The Clone Wars. Even a 9-century-old Jedi Master like Yoda still has much to learn about the Force and his own soul. Golden Hues. Destiny was a faux finale to the Clone Wars before the cartoon was renewed for a proper final season. So that is the first one of the 20. Is the last episode of the Clone Wars. The hard part is they're just going by the titles of the episodes, so it's hard to really remember.
That's asking a lot to remember. Yep.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 3, so the third episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I am shocked that a Kenobi episode makes the list. Okay.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if there's another one on here. 10-year-old Princess Leia origin, navigating a planet of Mapuza as they flee to the Empire compared to the action-packed previous episode. Part 3 features a lot of meaningful downtime for Kenobi and Leia. I remember this one. This is the one where they're basically in the troop transport, and they're like walking across and the planet and all that other good stuff. So It was more of them just talking and getting to know each other. A World Between Worlds from Star Wars Rebels. Now this episode, I remember classic. This was. Yep. Yeah, this is a classic. This is a good one. This is with Ahsoka and Ezra, and they're learning more about the Force and all that good stuff. So that was a good episode. I agree with that one.
Yep. I can get on board.
Camino Lost 1 and 2 from The Bad Batch.
Oh,
The Bad Batch Season 1 finale.
Yeah, that was... Yeah. Oh, man, I couldn't believe... Like, that ending of that was, like, such a good setup, so...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a really good one. That was a very good. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of season finales because they're always like the big, big episodes. So, the wrong Jedi from the Clone Wars. When Ahsoka Tano and Anakin Skywalker's apprentice choose to slink down the steps of the Jedi Temple and head off into the sunset, it changed the Star Wars franchise forever. So this is when Ahsoka leaves Anakin.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a really good one. That's when, and that's what built up, the Ahsoka series that we have now is her leaving the Jedi because she was basically blamed for and whatever. So she said, "Forget it, I'm out."
Yep.
Twin Sons from Star Wars Rebels is so sparse that it's easy to go, wait, that's it? When it ends, however, its deeper meaning really sinks into a rewatch. After receiving a mysterious force signal from Maul, Ezra Bridger seeks to warn exiled Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi about the former Sith's impending attack. The boy leaves his found family and wanders the Tatooine desert, discovering that he doesn't have a productive purpose there. A silver-haired Kenobi essentially guides Ezra back to the Rebels, where he can tend to his own story. Ezra departs so that Kenobi and Maul can have their final duel together, ending a rivalry that began in The Phantom Menace and ramping up during the Clone Wars. I don't actually remember this episode. This isn't when he cut him in half, is it? Again?
Oh, gosh. I don't remember that for sure.
No. I'll have to go back and watch that one because I love Rebels. So I'm disappointed in myself for not remembering that one. All right. Number... I guess this is 7 out of 20. The Rescue from the Mandalorian. So there we go. This is when what's a Beskar-wearing father to do when a son has been kidnapped by the Empire? Take your strike team, go up against a squadron of nearly unbeatable droids that can punch dents in your armor and rescue the little guy. Of course, flanked by a cast of formidable mercenaries, Din Djarin heads them off Gideon's ship and takes care of business. Then, just when the father and son are reunited, they're surprised by Grogu's force contact, a Jedi named Luke Skywalker. So this was the episode when Luke came and really did some major damage. This was a great I don't say rebranding, but bringing Luke back into Star Wars the way we wanted to see him.
Yeah, not whiny again.
He just walks through all those battle droids that aren't designed to for lightsabers and just takes them all down, which all the Mandalorians struggled with so much. It was great. So that was a good one. All right, I'm only going to do a couple more of these because we have a lot more to get through.
Oh, but they're so good. Make me want to go and sit down and just watch all of these.
I mean, I agree with you there. It does do that. Return of the Mandalorian, the Book of Boba Fett. So this was the best part of the Book of Boba Fett, which was when the Mandalorian came. And then the problem with it was the people that didn't watch the Book of Boba Fett had no idea what was going on in the Mandalorian when the next season started, and everything was back. But there were like 3 episodes of Book of Boba Fett that had the Mandalorian in it that were amazing.
Yeah, it's funny how when it became the Mandalorian season 2.5, it suddenly started working out a little bit better.
Yeah, it was. Twilight of the Apprentice from Star Wars Rebels. Nothing is the same after the 2-part Star Wars Rebels Season 2 finale, Twilight of the Apprentice. This is when Kanan lost his vision, and Kanan, Ezra, and Ahsoka Tano slink into the Dark Sith stronghold on Malachor to search for answers. But where they were supposed to attain knowledge, they only find loss. Ezra and Kanan's mentor-apprentice relationship is strained. Lesser antagonists meet nasty ends. A shadow named Maul lurks for revenge. A Force-sensitive hero suffers an ambiguous fate, and the 2 Jedi survivors are forever scarred in the aftermath. Ahsoka goes face-to-face with a former master. Kanan's eyesight is permanently damaged, and Ezra is racked with guilt. This was such a good... This is when Rebels really, really was hitting on all cylinders later on in the series, and these episodes were one of them for sure.
Yep. Yeah, that's really when it was like knocked in for sure. So
yeah. I don't agree with this one. The Tribes of Tatooine from the Book of Boba Fett.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars has not been particularly dignified in its treatment of the Tusken Raiders and indigenous co-ed group that first appeared in A New Hope, the Mandalorian began a process of reforming their image, depicting them as mercurial but, multifaceted souls, while the conversation among the indigenous fans and critics of Star Wars is more nuanced than can be discussed here. The Tribes of Tatooine understands the richness of Star Wars universe world building, which largely comes from exploring non-human cultures and their complexities. This is basically when Boba Fett was rescued, and then he was learning how to live again, and what are these people called? Oh my gosh, the Tusken Raiders took him in and trained him basically. So
I love that they gave the Raiders depth instead of just being this mindless people that just randomly shoot at things. I mean, hard one to kind of come through, but it made it interesting.
I do like that. I think the problem was more the whole premise of Book of Boba Fett rather than what they did in this episode. Yeah. The 9th Jedi Star Wars Visions is up there, which just came out, and we liked it. Well, the first episode was from earlier season
1. Yep.
Season 1, yeah.
Yep.
So, the animated Star Wars Visions anthology was a gust of fresh air for Star Wars universe, and one of the best representations of its strength is this clever episode, The 9th Jedi. So yeah, we even I, who haven't embraced the animated Visions stories, like this story. So yes, this is definitely a good story. Chapter 19, Star Wars, The Clone Wars. This is from way back, the original Clone Wars, the 2D animated Clone Wars cartoons. This is Granit Tartakovsky is registered as a master of both reveals and high-octane action, and one of these pivotal combat scenes in his 2003 2D animated Clone Wars cartoons, which originally bridged the gap between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. So this is the original version of the Clone Wars. Trials of the Darksaber from Star Wars Rebels. This was good because, like I said, this is the area when they really were learning how to do really good storytelling. I like this one a lot. I liked all of Rebels a lot, so I highly recommend going back and watching
Rebels was good, so yeah.
Yeah. Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 6. Leia Organa and Luke Skywalker will live to reunite in A New Hope, so Obi-Wan Kenobi, which bridges the gap between the prequels and the original trilogy, has to fight an uphill battle in order to make its moments matter. Whatever. It was an okay series. I wish it was different.
Yeah, there's so much potential of what it could have been and should have been, right?
Yeah. This is the last one that I'm going to talk about. The Clone Wars, The Carnage of Krell. Even though they served alongside the legendary Jedi, the clone soldiers are the most disposable and ignorant in Republic society. Politicians and Jedi alike decided their fate while raising them to do nothing but fight, resulting in a group of soldiers who only know war. The finale of the clone-centric Umbakar arc, Carnage of Krell, is a dark dive into the clones' agency, the effects of their mental conditioning, and the resulting ambivalence. So this is, I'm pretty sure this is when they were constantly talking about, all these clone troopers are now retirement age and all that stuff. What are we going to do with them? And some people didn't care, and other people were like, no, we have to help them because they helped us and all that other good stuff. So that was good. There's a couple more in that article, so if you want to learn more, go to the MSN's website and you'll find out more about it. This next article was awesome. I don't know if you saw this or not.
Okay.
But there's this thing in Vegas that they call the Sphere.
Uh-huh.
It is huge. Hundreds of feet tall. The Sphere. I'm trying to see how big it is. Capacity, it holds 17,600 seats. It is 367 feet tall. And it has giant LEDs on the outside and on the inside.
There's so many. It's such a cool building.
It's such a cool building. Last week, the Lego Group, in collaboration with Disney Consumer Products and Lucasfilm, lit up the Las Vegas skyline with a first-of-its-kind interactive game experience outside the Sphere during CES 2026. People were sitting across the street, and they were playing Lego Star Wars themed, a first-of-its-kind Lego Star Wars themed live interactive game on the outside of the Sphere. People were playing it like they're playing it on their television set, but they're playing on
that would be so cool.
It was so cool to watch. So if you want to check it out, just type it in. Just type in the Sphere and Legos, and you'll see people playing this giant game of Lego. It was insane. It was really, really cool. Fans hopped in the cockpit of a giant Lego Star Wars X-Wing, complete with brick-built cockpit, and recreated the iconic trench run from Star Wars A New Hope on the 366-foot-high exosphere, taking down the Death Star live. The interactive game was designed and built by Sphere Studios, and its first interactive game to be played on the Exosphere, the world's largest LED screen. This was created to mark the reveal of the LEGO Group's latest creation, LEGO Smart Play, a new play innovation that brings Lego brick sets to life like never before, launching this year with Star Wars. So it was really, really cool. You totally have to see it, because I was like, darn it, why wasn't I there?
Right? I know. We should just be there constantly, clearly, because...
Just constantly.
Yeah. I mean, it just makes so much sense, right?
They should be reaching out to us and say, Bantha Milk Podcast guys, we want to fly you out there. We want you guys to play because of all the followers and fans and all that good stuff that you have.
Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, Ryan Gosling's Star Wars movie setting up Rey's new Jedi Order just got more likely. Ryan Gosling's movie could end up being more connected to the franchise than expected. The saga is gearing up for its return to theaters this year, with The Mandalorian and Grogu, the first new Star Wars movie since The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. That puts it in familiar territory, transitioning out of the Star Wars Plus era. Few plot details about the movie have been revealed, though we do know it's set 5 years after Rise of Skywalker. Lucasfilm has been keen to stress that this is a completely standalone movie with no connections or familiar faces, which would be a first for the franchise on the big screen. But will that hold true? After a new reveal that suggests Starfighter will include Jedi, it might be more connected than we're being led to believe. So that's all we know so far.
That could be cool.
That could be very cool. I do like that a lot. It would be neat because I would like to see the Rey movie come to action. And it would be cool for them to be able to tie this into it.
Yeah.
And make it better.
Giving some life to the Rey movie, like actually happening and some purpose behind it and filling in a lot of the story. This just feels really good. I really like where this is going. This feels like a good plan. This is good news.
This is very good news. Did you hear about this? Speaking of this movie, director Sean Levy shared a funny story from the set of Star Wars Starfighter. His mysterious entry, that beloved sci-fi franchise, about how Tom Cruise, who was not in the movie, came to visit once and ended up jumping into the muddy water and getting behind the camera to shoot a fight scene. Even better, Levy insisted that the stuff Cruise shot is going to stay in the movie, which will be a neat Easter egg for movie fans. But beyond the Tom Cruise surprise involvement, Levy actually revealed a little more about the movie than he might have intended. That's particularly noteworthy because we really don't know anything about Starfighter other than it takes place 5 years. Ryan Gosling, also is not connected to the characters. It wasn't just any scene that Cruise filmed. It was a lightsaber battle. So this is another story talking about that the lightsaber battle is important. The most obvious one is that it continues the tradition maintained by literally every other Star Wars movie by featuring at least one lightsaber battle. The 9 canon movies and the 3 trilogies all obviously have lightsabers, but so do the 3 tie-in movies. The animated Clone Wars movie is full of Jedi. Rogue One has the awesome Darth Vader sequence at the end. And Darth Maul even swings his lightsaber around for some reason when he meets with Emily Clark on a video call at the end of Solo.
We gotta look so imposing, right? So
yes. So that's cool. This is all the movies, major reset. We already talked about all the movies, so we don't need to do that one. And I think that's the last. Oh, yeah, that's the last one I have for the news. So, after all that long talking, I am going to give myself a break and close out the news segment.
Star Wars News.
And then before we go into Jedi of the Week, we do have to hit up all the other shows on the podcast. We talked about real fast. Yep, February 7th, don't forget about Star Wars Podcast Day. We'll be recording somewhere right around there, and it will be for that. Other shows on the network, Ears Up, Puny Pod, Buena Vista Boys, Fantasyland Draft League coming soon, and the Supreme Resort. Supreme Resort just had a new one that just came out, and so did Puny Pod. So check them all out. And now, let me give you your due music, because it's fun, it's cool, and it, of course, is the Jedi of the Week.
Yeah. I'm the Jedi of the Week. I've been running it like I be Yoda for a minute. Putting on a clinic with my homie Obi-Wan Kenobi. Can you feel it? On the field like a real one. Yeah. I'm the one like my first name.
All right, you're the one. You're the Jedi of the Week.
I am the one.
What do you...
No, that was last week. Last week was Jay, so...
That's right. This week we're into K.
Oh my gosh. And
how hard was this?
So easy, but so hard because, man, there's so many good choices with the letter K. It is a popular one if you're a Jedi, so... shout out to all those, Kyles, Kits, Kanans out there. You got plenty of Jedis to look up to. So I had to pick one. So I picked one that we feel relevant to our conversation. So it's Kit Fisto this week, our Jedi Master, who is always smiling, always optimistic, really standing out for his belief. Calm under pressure, just ready to go with things. He kept people really kind of going positive of everything with it. He was from the planet, he's Nautilin. There we go. There's what I'm looking for. From the
Good
planet
job.
like Glee and Selim. There we go. Finally found my notes. And so a nice little kind of peaceful planet mostly, where they could kind of breathe underwater and a few things. So that worked out really well for him as he kind of went for that one, until it, didn't work out well for him, and he went down like a chump.
Like a chump. I feel like it stinks because, like, all of the Jedi, when Order 66 happened, so many of them went down like chumps. And I was like, these are the best fighters in the galaxy, and they all got taken down. How can they all be surprised at once? So,
I get being overwhelmed and surprised by the people that you think are working for you, but like those that died in like combat and other kind of moments, like, I feel like we could have done better.
Yeah, I agree. And he did go down in Order 66, right? Or was he there? Did he go down by Palpatine?
He went down by Palpatine, if I'm remembering.
He did go down
right.
by Palpatine, yes.
Yeah, he just went down so quick. I'm like, you're basically an unnamed Jedi as soon as you walked in that room, and it's like, you are not Mace Windu. But then it's like, why? Like, this dude's got a name. We've seen him on the council. Like, there's so much going on, and then it's just like, nope, like 5 seconds in the fight. No. See ya.
Yeah. We need somebody to kill right away, and you're it. So boom, you're done.
Yeah. Let's see the guy go down with a smile on his face. So,
well, I want to see more Kit Fisto. I like him a lot.
There is a lot of Kit Fisto because he shows up in all the prequels and he shows up in the Clone Wars. So, like, there's plenty of this Jedi to see.
Yeah, that is true. So, he was fun. I like him. I like his whole color, his style, his. They're not even Leku. I don't know what they're.
No,
what is.
I'm just guessing they're like tendrils is probably the right term for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, so I even like his tendrils and all that good stuff. So here's a cool one. It's a shame he went out like a chump so quickly.
He really did, yeah.
5 seconds into a battle for a Jedi Master, he went out like a chump. But that's okay. He's our honorary Jedi of the Week.
Jedi of the Week.
Jedi of the Week. I've been running it like I've been Yoda for a minute. Putting on a clinic with my homie Obi.
All right. That's all the stuff other than our main topic, all about rebuilding the galaxy. So let's take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we will rebuild the galaxy all different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. And oops. Hold on. All right, there we go. And we're back. Welcome back, folks, to Bantha Milk Podcast. This is what you came for, to learn all about Legos, everything Lego, everything rebuilding the galaxy, everything you wanted to know, well, of the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, so many good ones in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, there was so much stuff. There were so many cameos and Easter eggs and all kinds of good stuff like that. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the 4 Lego sets that did come out based off of this show.
Which was awesome.
So they had Jedi Bob Starfighter. It was the first one that you can buy. It is still available. It came out August 2024. Jedi Bob Starfighter includes Jedi Bob, a Mon Calamari, Admiral Akbar clone trooper, and of course the Gonk droid Servo. So you can get all 3 of those and his Starfighter, which we haven't seen it yet in the first 2 episodes, but we will soon, I'm sure. The second one that you can get this is my favorite one. If I were to get one of them, and I probably will eventually get this one.
Yep.
Except for the fact that it's still expensive. But is the Dark Falcon, which is really, really cool because it comes with... Oh, darn it. What is going on? There we go. It comes with all the really cool characters that we've seen so far. The red-eyed C-3PO, Darth, Rey, Cool Man, Luke Skywalker. I feel like he's like a hippie surfer-type dude. The all-important Darth Jar Jar. The good Darth Vader, the light Vader, all in white. And then I'll have a white Vader and a brown Vader and a black Vader. I'll have them all. And then, of course...
I bet you will.
I will. And, of course, Dev as well. Darth Dev. All of those characters, which people love characters, so those characters alone...
such a good list of the characters, so...
Yeah. So good. And then on top of it, just the fact that it's a black Millennium Falcon as opposed to the traditional gray Millennium Falcon is really, really cool as well. So that's a very fun set. Highly recommended fun set there.
It was a great set to come out at the same time as this, too, because like, you see and you're like, that's really different, but looks really cool. What is this Rebuild the Galaxy thing?
Yeah. Yeah, and just seeing it on the shelves before seeing it, being like, a black Black Falcon? I'm like, a Dark Falcon? What is going on? This is so cool. So the TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup. So this is neat because you can build a TIE Fighter, you can build an X-Wing, or you can put them together like we saw in this show with them mashed up together, which is neat. Although this one did apparently stop being made December 31st, 2025. So get it now before the prices go way up. The resale price is $109 for this one right now. The Dark Falcon is $179, and it has 1,500 pieces versus the 1,000 pieces of the TIE Fighter and X-Wing matchup. So if you can still find this one on the shelves before it goes away forever, get it now before it does go away. And it comes with 5 minifigures, 4 that are unique to the set. It comes with Sig with his stick, a pilot, 2 different pilots, the bad guy pilot, good guy pilot, the red and yellow droid, and his friend. What's her name? The girl who's her friend, the leader of the rebels, or in the rebels, I should say.
Hera?
Yessie. And Yessie Scala.
Like, what do you mean the leader of the rebels, Hera? Oh, you mean the leader of the people we're with? That makes more sense.
Yeah, the leader of the people we're with. Yeah.
Yessie. Got a little distracted on that one.
Yeah, sorry. My mind froze up there. I was like, well, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. And then the last one is the Force Burner Snow Speeder, which is still out. This is only $54. This is neat because it's a little snow speeder, but it's like all hot rodded up. It's yellow and red and black and has flames on it. It comes with a small little speeder bike and comes with Dev and Sig, and it looks like Palpatine, a green guy. I haven't gotten to him in the episode yet. So whoever the bad green guy is, it comes with him. It just says 3 minifigures. Oh, here we go. Solitus. Solitus is the green guy. So he only appears in this one set, so you might want to get him.
Yeah, if you're collecting those minifigs, you gotta get that. So
yes, definitely gotta get that. All right, so those are the 4 sets that you can get that go along with the TV show. So if you're into the collecting of the Legos, go ahead and get those. Make sure you get those sets.
If they're still out there, hopefully. So, whew.
Yeah, before they sell out. So part 1, we get introed into some new characters. We learn about our new characters, the Scruffy Nerf Herders, which is, of course, is a callback to when Leia called Han that. Sig is the main character. He's the younger brother. He's a Nerf herder, scruffy-looking Nerf herder, who, he says, who are you calling a scruffy-looking Nerf herder? I'm not a Nerf herder.
He's a Nerf
I'm a
handler.
Nerf handler.
Let's get this right. Yes.
He said, I prefer Nerf handler.
Yeah. It's about
which is pretty
time
funny.
to get some quality screen time on this one. So,
yeah, and it was fun seeing the Lego versions of the Nerfs. As far as I can tell, I don't remember ever seeing an actual Nerf on film. I don't know if you remember seeing them at all.
They showed up in an episode in Young Jedi Adventures.
Oh, see, I gotta start watching Young Jedi Adventures.
I know. Yeah, otherwise, I think they're just referenced. They probably show up in comics as well. I would presume
they show up in comics. Yeah, they show up in comics and books a lot.
Yep.
But yeah, so this is funny. And then he says it's a noble profession. They're from the planet Finessa, which is actually a Star Wars Legends planet created in 2003. And even in Star Wars Legends, the inhabitant of this planet were, in fact, Nerf herders.
See, they're at least consistent. Even if they're not fully considering the show canon and everything, like, they're being true to it that we could, right?
Yes, exactly. So, Sig Greebly, which, of course, we know what Greeblies are. I'll get into that a little bit more if you don't know. But
I do.
He's played by... I know you do. He's played by Gaten Matarazzo, which, funny story, I met him, kind of.
What?
Saw him. I would say more saw.
What?
I would say more saw. Yeah, we were at Great Adventure, Six Flags, Great Adventure here in New Jersey, and he's from New Jersey. He's from not far from here, not far from where I live. And I think it was after like season 1 even of Stranger Things. So we were waiting in line for a ride, and he was sitting down in the train right in front of us with his brother. There were a bunch of teenage girls in the next section over from us. My son and I were standing there. And all the girls were like, oh, my God, are you Gaten Mazzarato? And he was like, he points to his brother. He goes, no, he is. And then the train takes off. And it goes away. So then, they have a couple of trains running. I think probably only 2 because they're not as efficient, nearly as efficient as a Disney park is. So then we get on the next train, and as soon as our train comes back, the girls sprinted out because they were determined to chase him down and to say hi to him.
Yeah.
So we get out, and my son and I went on, but my wife and daughter didn't. And we were like, oh, Gaten Matarazzo just left. And they were like, what? So, yep, so that was my fame rush run-in with Gaten Matarazzo. But, yeah, so he, obviously you know him from what's that show called?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yes.
Can we talk about how lucky he is now, too? Like, he's going to be 2 characters in the Star Wars universe, even if one's not canon. Like, kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's a very big deal. It's awesome that he is joining, who's also in this series. Bobby Moynihan was in Star Wars also. He was in The Mandalorian. He played a role in The Mandalorian. So that's pretty cool that he's going to have 2 different characters in Star Wars. So that's fun. Hopefully he has a little bit more. We'll hear more than just his voice, I guess, in the next one. Tony Revolori? Tony Revolori, that sounds more like it. He plays the brother, Dev, and he was known for, he was in the Grand Budapest Hotel, he was in Dope, he was in Willow, the TV series, 8 episodes in Willow, the TV series, from 2022 to 2023. He was in Spider-Man No Way Home as Flash Thompson. That's probably where I know his voice from.
Yep.
Because I recognize his voice, and I'm like, how do I know him? And I'm pretty sure that's what I know him from.
Yeah,
because I'm looking at the rest of his, things right now, and Scream 5, 6, Scream 6. I didn't see that. Servant, Asteroid, The Boy and the Heron. Monster Ball, Homecoming. Yeah, I haven't seen any of these other movies that he was in.
I heard great things about The Boy and the Heron, and it's on my list to watch, but I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, okay. Look at that. So, yeah, you got to check that out. Let us know how good it is. So he plays Dev, and then Marissa Martin plays Yessie. And so they're the 3 main people in it. And in the first episode, we get to see what a Lego Nerf looks like. And then a Greebling, you know, but for those of us that don't, it's a Star Wars term for all the little parts in Star Wars. But even more than that, which is actually, it's also a Lego term based on the process of adding extra detail to a Lego build. For example, small studs, mechanically parts, and apparently this term was potentially coined by George Lucas himself. Adam Savage from Mythbusters probably explains this a lot better than I do. By the way, greebly is a term for the little nerves, little stuff that goes on a ship. So, when I was building my droid, everybody was talking about adding more greeblies. Oh, look at this! I can add this as a greebly. So there are all the little things that you can add to Star Wars stuff to make it better.
It's cool little extra details, and yeah, it definitely seems like it's common in the Lego community. Like I remember watching like the Lego Masters TV show, I think was on Fox. And I remember hearing about that once or twice of we need the Greeblies. And so I was like, this is pretty cool that like it's kind of showing up and they're giving a really nice nod to it and really going along with it. Though some in the film industry will talk about nernies instead, and so.
So is that the same thing, or what's a nerny? I never heard of that.
That same thing, but just coined out of like, oh gosh, it's probably like the 2001: A Space Odyssey era. Okay, but very same thing, just different words.
Same thing, just different words. Cool.
It.
All right, so then we get to Dev is about to fall. So they're So then Dev and Sig are out in the field, and Dev's about to fall. Sig builds a landing pad for him to cushion the fall. Dev is amazed that he has the Force and he can do that. And of course, Sig doesn't want to tell anybody. He doesn't want to be that guy. He says, "No, you're the outgoing one. I'm the introvert." So then after they have trouble hurting the nerfs, Dev and Yessie want to go to a party that Sig wants to go to, but is too shy. That's what I wrote down. Yep. And they're playing the music from Friggin' Dan and the modal. How do you say it all? How do you say them? The modal nodes. I
The
totally
modal
butchered
nodes.
that.
Yeah.
Modal loads. There we go. Yes, from Tatooine.
Which was such a good joke of like, they've only got like one good song, and it's like everyone knows the one song. They've got another one that shows up that's still pretty good, but man, that one song is everything. Play that same song.
They are the Star Wars Galaxy's one-hit wonder. But
No.
for sure. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But everybody knows that song, that's for sure. So then a storm rolls in, and Sig and Dev and Servo, he's the droid, fall down a cliff. I want to build a droid that looks like Servo, because if you think about it, if you're making it out of like styrofoam that you can easily cut grooves into, you could very easily make a very large one of these that looks just like a Lego droid, because it's a pretty square piece with just a bunch of lines cut into it for all the little pieces. So I really want to make a full-size one of these.
That would be pretty cool. I mean, it's like a simple little gonk droid that suddenly has like character in its own little style. So like we can appreciate something like that and the cool simplicity that we see on Servo. So
exactly. I love when he eventually gets a voice. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I know, it's so good. It's classic Star Wars. We have a droid that has great character that you just want to spend time with, right? So
yeah. 100%. So then as they fall down a cliff, I'm surprised that they landed and Sig didn't build something for them to land on this time. Like, you thought that's what was going to happen. But,
he's not that talented with the Force, so he still couldn't, like, see what was happening. So I imagine that's why he was struggling with his powers. So
okay, I'll give you that. So then they're walking back from being down on the cliff, and they find a Jedi temple. And I did like the Mylox that flew by, the Lego Mylox that flew by. That was a good callback there.
Yep.
So that's when I have a little bit of detail on Servo, who's played by an Australian actor named Michael Kusa. He says the gonk droid has an Australian accent, which is why I think they named him Servo. In Australia, Servo is basically short for service station, otherwise known as gas or petrol stations. And gonk droids are kind of the fuel of the Star Wars galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a giant battery that they plug into the ship to give them more power, more fuel, and more gas. Fun fact, in Australia, if you type in Servo, you're going to get gas stations. It's going to tell you how close you are to the nearest Servo gas station.
Absolutely incredible.
So that's really cool, and it's only, unless you know anything about Australian lore or you're from Australia, you don't get this reference. So that's pretty cool that is thrown in there.
Yeah.
So then Dev convinces Sig to open the front door to this Jedi tower. He says, man, I wish I knew somebody who had Jedi powers that could open it up. So he opens it up, and then Dev really wants that shiny brick that's at the bottom of the wall because it's shiny, which means it's valuable.
Money! So, get me out of here.
Yes, because his whole plot is that he wants to get off the island, or off the planet. I'm sorry. Get off the planet. So since he wants to get off the planet, that money that he could get from selling that fancy shiny brick will get him off the planet. But bad things happen because that is he uses his force build powers. When we see that the Jedi sees him, we see a Jedi that see him. Then they get stuck in the temple, and the Jedi tells us that the whole galaxy will be different. And and then this is when we see a whole bunch of funny clips. I thought this was really cute. When they were on the salt planet, it's now a pepper planet, which is pretty funny. Green planets are now brown. The new Chancellor of the Republic is Salacious B. Crumb.
Which is a fantastic choice. We can all respect that one. So
we can all respect that, that's for sure. The other senators have been replaced by Sabula and Barufrik. And I just want to say for the record, there's definitely the people I want leading the galaxy. That's funny. The Jedi Trench Run, this X-Wing becomes an A-Wing combined with a Jedi Starfighter that stops at a diner that appears to be similar to Dex's diner to get some takeaway.
Sure does, yeah.
And then Anakin and Obi-Wan transformed into a Geonosian welding lightsabers. I'm pretty sure they're the wrong Anakin and Obi-Wan, because you see this is supposed to be Attack of the Clones Anakin and Obi-Wan. Instead, we see Revenge of the Sith Anakin and Obi-Wan Anakin here also. Supposed to be welding a green lightsaber, but instead he's welding a blue. The character that referred to as Darth Hammerhead in Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy is actually Rusty the Ithorian from Lego Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, little fun fact there that I didn't know.
That's a good one.
Yeah, Sig comes out of the rubble to see that the planet is different, and clone troopers are there that are Mon Calamarian, all Admiral Akmars. And it's pretty funny that they're all arguing with each other, yelling, "It's a trap, it's a trap." Then, when he's about to get attacked by all of them, yes, he saves the day, but she doesn't know him anymore. The plan is still Finessa. He uses Force Build to save her by throwing blocks at the clone troopers. Then they go into town, and Sig sees his brother, but he is a Sith Lord, and learns that his name is not Dev, but now Darth Devastator.
Very creative name choice. Yep, we like that.
Very creative name choice. Then Dev puts them in handcuffs and takes them to the castle, and that's the end of part 1.
Yeah, some real good joy in this one with the surprise and everything that's coming with it, and the concept of like, it's my brother, but it's not my brother. And oh boy, is this loaded with like fun like nods to Star Wars and Easter eggs throughout all of this. Like, it was just fun to see things and hear things and then read up on some of them.
Yeah, the first episode was a lot of like getting to know the new characters.
Yep.
And then finding out all these little things that, hey, that's different now. And then episode 2 is when we really get into all of the changes. All the good guys being bad guys and bad guys being good guys.
Yep. Well, sort of.
So this is sort of. So then we start episode 2. Dev has the two of them upside down and introduces them to Darth Ray. And this is a funny line that I wrote down. Sig says, "I'm struggling with this heroes versus villain things." And Ray says, "I'm struggling with not ripping you apart piece by piece."
Oh, yes. We wanted this moment.
That was so funny. And of course, unfortunately, Ray is not played by Daisy Ridley. She is played by Helen Sadler, so her voice is a little bit different.
One of the few, it seems like, the cast that didn't come back for stuff like this. So
yeah, because I feel Mark Hamill will come back for anything Star Wars at this point. Like, I mean, he plays Bibbo Frick and all that other stuff. So
Babu Frick, yeah. As long as he's not old man whiny Luke, I think he's probably on board. So
he's like, cool, I'll do it. So he was, of course, Luke in this as well. Anthony Daniels. I think Anthony Daniels has something on George Lucas because he is in every single thing and continues to be in every single thing.
Yep.
Either that or he has a major gambling problem and he's like, I need another show. I need more money.
George, help, except in a really nice like accent that goes with it.
Yeah. George, make another show. I need more money. So it's pretty funny. But yep. So then Dev is about to use lightning when Sig says, "All I found was this, the glowing brick." And then that's when we introduce to Jedi Bob, who is the Jedi that we saw in the temple. And which is funny, I'm sure you know.
That's
that
Jedi
Bob,
Master Bobarian Aphel to you, thank you.
That is. And Aphel is likely based on the arachnoid.
Spider Fear?
Spider Fear. What's the word I'm looking for?
Acronym is the word you're going for.
Acronym. Thank you. That's the word I'm looking for. Not fear of spiders.
Yeah.
Which means adult fans of Lego. Did you know that?
I knew that one too.
AFOL. Yeah. Okay, look at that.
I read that one online, so definitely not
Okay,
me.
Good. But also, Jedi Bob comes from the 2002 Republic Gunship Lego set, where he was just a random Jedi, and then the internet started calling him Jedi Bob.
And then Star Wars Lego Star Wars made it official too, which is
Made it official.
absolutely incredible. Like, who doesn't love that he became real? So
it's kind of like the running of the what's the guy with the ice cream container? What was his name?
Oh, I forget what his name is, but I know exactly what you're talking about. Such a good cosplay at so many conventions. So
many conventions. Running of the Star Wars. I'm not gonna get it. Nope, not by typing that in. All right, it'll come back to me. I'm sure somebody in the chat will write it and tell us that we're both idiots for not knowing it.
yeah,
But anyway, so
probably.
Jedi.
That's Wilro Hood to you.
There you go, Will Row Hood. Good job. I'm glad you found it.
Professional Googler.
Yeah, so much better than me. I Googled it badly and didn't get anything. So Jedi Bob says, "Do not call me Jedi Bob." And then later on in this episode, Sig calls him JB, and he says, "We're not using initials."
Initials. Oh, it was so good.
So funny. And then, as I said, Jedi Bob is played by Bobby Moynihan, which is awesome because he was also in, obviously, Saturday Night Live.
He was in Resistance. He was Orca.
Yes. So he was awesome. And
And who doesn't love that? A Bob is playing Jedi Bob, right?
exactly. Like they had to go to the casting agency and say, we want all the people with the first name of Bob to that one audition.
Yep. Yep.
So then Jedi Bob lets them escape. They meet up with Servo, who was not effective because he was in the temple. They try to get to the first ship, and it blows up by Dev in his custom ship. There's the X-Wing TIE fighters on the ground. Jedi Bob assembles on the spot a new ship out of the damaged parts. Once built, they get
A
in.
lat gunship, like the set that he was from in 2002. Wow.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. The beautiful nod to that one, 100%. So
I love it because I was like, this is like a rebel transport, but the fact that it went all the way back to the ship that he originally came from in 2002, that is very cool.
it's just beautiful.
It is beautiful. And then Yessie says she's the fastest pilot in the galaxy. And it was close to what Han said about the Falcon being the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. So I like that little play on words there.
We love that nod. Yep.
Yeah. And then as they try to escape, he almost they get shot and fall. Oh, and then Dev shoots the arc in front of them, which is a popular move in Star Wars. If you can't shoot the ship, shoot the surrounding, the ground around you to blow up in front of them so that the planet takes them down. But instead, Jedi Bob uses those falling pieces to upgrade the ship to a pod racer. Which was fun. And then when they're about to crash...
Yep, I love it.
When they're about to crash, he makes the legs he makes it turn into walker legs.
Yeah.
And then they jump off the cliff, and then it turns into a quad jumper jet. And then eventually they get to light speed, and we find out by removing the quarterstone how Sig changed the whole galaxy. And while they're in the ship, they find out that he is a Jedi Force builder. Which somewhere in my notes there was something else about Force builders, but I'll find it later. Find it in episode 3.
Yeah, something like that.
So he's blown. Oh, and then as the cornerstone attack, they find out that Sig broke it, and now they need to find the new Jedi Temple. So once one Jedi Temple is destroyed, a new one pops up somewhere else in the galaxy. And then as they're talking, it was pretty funny, Yessie calls to the rebellion for help, and she calls for Porkins.
He's alive! We love this!
He's alive, which is awesome.
Yes, Porkins!
So Porkins was the overweight pilot in episode 4 which you wouldn't be able to get away with calling a fat guy Porkins on TV anymore, as you were able to in 1977. But yeah, so he was blown up in A New Hope, but in this galaxy, still alive.
Totally fine.
So Jedi Bob tells Sig to fix up Servo. He's going through all these pieces that he could add, and he adds a voice modulator.
Yeah, it's like you could have rocket boosters, shields, blaster upgrades. He's throwing out all these awesome ideas, and he's like, how about you talk?
How about you talk? Which is then funny because then he just starts going up to everybody. Do you need a charge? Do you need a battery? Do you need a battery? I'm a
here,
battery.
Yeah,
Do you need a battery?
I'm ready. Yep.
I'm here. I'm ready. Then they're attacked by the worst bounty, or the most dangerous bounty hunters in the galaxy, Ewoks.
Ooh, what an upgrade. They have Y-Wings now.
They have Y-Wings, and there was like an A-Wing that did a U-turn, but it also has the Ewok leather wings on the outside, which is pretty funny. Or were they Y-Wings? I guess they were all Y-Wings.
I think they were all Y-Wings, but...
Yes, I apologize. Yes, but they had the little wings on the side, which is really funny.
Yeah.
So to keep them as Ewokian as they could.
We just keep bringing the Ewoks into every episode. It's great. You know, they get referenced in the first one with the Sig telling the story when he's like, the Wookiees did this. I mean, the Ewoks.
The Ewoks did it.
Which is allegedly part of the script and story writing that happened way back then, that they were going to make it the Wookiees, and then they changed it to be the Ewoks. So...
Which I'm happy that they did, because it was definitely better having a smaller creature overpower them than all the Wookiees, which would just be more believable.
It would make sense.
You're like,
Yep.
They're 7 feet tall, and they can bench press a house, so of course they can do that.
Yep.
Then they see a gold cruiser. I forget, a Dantooine. I forget what they called it. Something ship. And it was all gold, and it was flown by Red Eyes C-3PO, which, of course, was played by Anthony Daniels. I
thought it was just a Naboo royal ship, kind of like what Queen Amidala was on. So, but maybe there is a formal name to it that I'm not thinking about on that one.
They did say it, but they said it so fast, and then I couldn't go back to it. So I think they did say Naboo royal ship. But was I interpreting it to be gold, or was it in fact gold?
That was definitely gold. Oh, yeah, it matched C-3PO and everything. It was absolutely incredible. So
okay, I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't silver like hers, the Naboo one that we saw before. But yes,
if it was, we're both blind to that one.
Yes. And then Anthony Daniels is telling them the odds, saying there's no escape. And of course,
he told us the odds.
Sig was like, stop telling us the odds. So there was more references to Han Solo's dealing with C-3PO. Servo uses his new power to boost the ship. And then, I like this, they said, we don't know where to go. And Jedi Bob says, the Force will guide us. Sig says, it will. He goes, here's to hoping. And it takes off. And then, as it comes out of light speed, Jedi Bob makes Sig rebuild the ship, because it's about to crash, and he makes pontoons, since they're now on a water planet, which they find out is Tatooine.
Because, of course, the Force takes him to Tatooine. It's the center of the Star Wars universe, right?
It's the center of the Star Wars universe, off in not the center of the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, every story takes part on Tatooine. It just had to happen, of course.
It had to. So it was pretty funny. So Jedi Bob says, and then yes, he says, sorry, I kind of let them know where we were when I tried to contact the rebels. And Jedi Bob, she goes through a whole thing about how she let the let the Empire find a whole rebel base. And she said, well, I went fast, and they put a tracker on my ship. And Jedi Bob says, sometimes going too fast is as bad as going too slow.
Such a good line.
Then they finally get to port, and they're at the Mos Eisley Marina, which is really funny. So they find Luke Skywalker, voiced by Mark Hamill, And he's wearing the necklace that he's wearing is the one that Anakin gave to Padme. I don't know if you picked up on that or not.
Oh, I did not notice that one.
So there you go. To me, he's a severe hippie style dude that races pod racers all over the water and uses the Force to win. He seems very chill. He's like, look, I like to be this. This is who I want to be. This is fine. Then they go to, this is a mouthful, the Mos Eisley Marina Cantina, which is pretty funny.
Absolutely fantastic.
So everybody there likes people instead of, I like you, and he likes you too. Sig goes through and tells Luke the whole story of Luke and his galaxy, and he says, why would I want to do all of that? Which is pretty funny. He's like, I just like being me here. This is perfect. And then he says, maybe I'm happier in this galaxy. Did you ever think of that? And then he says, being a hero is easy. And then Jedi Bob says, being a hero is easier when you don't know the cost. And then he says, the light side of the Force is just a whisper. So it's not really pulling people as much as they would like them. Then we meet Maul Calrissian. And this is played by Sam Whitaker. This is his voice. And Sig says Maul is bad, and they all leave. Then they are met by Darth Rey and Mon Calamarians. And Jedi Bob reluctantly battles her and is not very good with his lightsaber. And she tells him that you're not very good. And that's going back to, other episodes where they're talking about the lightsaber skills and stuff like that. He distracts her while Sig builds a trap around her. Did you pick up on what that prison was?
No, what was it? I was too busy at that point, still excited that Rey and the Akbar troopers were all saying hello there when they were ambushing them.
Which was very funny.
And then they made the nod to the Rey dark vision with like the switchblade lightsaber or whatever she did. So no, what is the prison? Is it like an Andor reference?
So it's a Mandalorian vault that we see Darth Maul in during the Clone Wars in Season 7.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what he built for him there, which is interesting because then Maul comes out and helps. No, Maul does not come out and help, but Maul was just seen. So then the Black Falcon shows up with a lot of Sith.
Awesome, because here we are. It's like, the Millennium Falcon, it's going to help us. No problem.
No problem. And it was funny, the droid says, I guess on this galaxy there's more than 2 Sith. Interesting.
Yeah.
So we get Darth Rose Tico. We get your favorite Jedi, Darth
Nubs. Yes.
Classic. We get Darth Kit Fisto that we learned about tonight.
Yeah.
We get Darth Hammerhead. Another Jedi, Darth Jedi, comes out, but we don't know who that is. They don't mention him, and he sneaks by when we then see Darth Jar Jar. And
it's finally happened. It's finally happened.
So now we know Darth Jar Jar is in fact true. It is in fact canon. And Dev, who calls his brother, and Dev calls him, he says, look at this, brother. And he goes, oh, you're my brother, yay. And he's like, no, I didn't mean it like that. And then and then he monologues on us that how powerful he will be once he gets the brick. And he starts pulling the brick. Jedi Bob starts pulling the brick back. Sig standing right underneath the brick. And end scene. That's the end of Chapter 2.
What a cliffhanger, right? Like, we get this. I was reading a little online about this, and the 2 Sith that came out, one I think is Jyn Erso, and the other is just a Jawa that shows up that got transformed into it. So,
okay. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so the one that we can't see his face is a Jawa. I like it. I get it now. Makes sense. All right.
Yep. Yeah. Other tidbit I found interesting in this one too is Rose Tico has like her full complete necklace on this one instead of just the half the medallion. So
just the half. Okay.
They grabbed some old like concept art out of that one to really kind of make it happen. But man, what like a cliffhanger for us to just kind of leave on at this one, right?
I know. We're awful to do that to you. But you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks to find out what happens next. Or you could watch it yourself if you want to.
Yeah.
But yes, so So I figured that's enough. We've been rambling on for over an hour now, so I think that's enough for this week.
Which is tragic, because this show goes too fast. They should have more in it, I feel like, as I'm watching it, but they got to keep it to that 20-minute line, right? And so,
yeah.
What a love letter to both franchises. So
it is. It's a lot of fun. It's a great love letter to both franchises. It's a lot of fun, and I just like the fact that, since it's Lego, you can break things apart and rebuild them however you want to, which is awesome as well. So, it's funny seeing the dark Millennium Falcon. I've seen a lot of different people who have the directions for building things, like either the giant Millennium Falcon or just anything. Like I just built. I don't know where I put it. Maybe the helmets. I just built a new helmet. It's all the way up there. I built the AT-AT driver helmet.
Oh,
it's up there
cool.
next to. And I built the Star Wars sign. The Lego Star Wars sign is back there also. Those were two Christmas presents, as well as.
Oh, you got Chopper.
I got Chopper, and Chopper's awesome because you can do this. His head wobbles.
Wiggles.
The head wiggles.
Gosh.
It turns and it wiggles. It's really cool. So yes. So Chopper's a fun one. Definitely, I highly recommend building Chopper because he's a fun one. But I was texting my friend Tom, who's been on the show a couple of times, and I said, I have the plans for you. He runs a Lego club over the summer, and I was like, you should just build it with the pieces that you have. It doesn't matter what color it is, but build like one of the helmets or the Star Wars or something like that in all these different colors. And I've seen people who've done that. They're like, I'm building the Millennium Falcon with the parts that I have instead.
That's kind of cool, like the rebuild as you can kind of go from it. So
yeah. So I think we should have more people do that, and then it's fun because you see like the Millennium Falcon in like 90 different colors and whatever. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah, we have one of the sets of like the normal Millennium Falcon. That's pretty awesome.
Okay.
It opens up, you can see inside and have some characters in there. So it's a neat set, regardless of which one you build on. So
yeah, I like it. I like all of them. I do want to get the dark one because of all the extra fun characters that it has. So. But yep, I did a lot of talking, and you just did a lot of little comments in there, and I apologize for that. I totally took over the show, and that's
that's okay. I'll know for next week. Jump in with more Easter eggs faster and celebrate these things.
Yeah, you got to jump in there. You got to zing them in there. Otherwise, I'm moving on.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll keep following the classic Star Wars trope of these farm boys and see what's going to happen to their world, right?
Yeah, see what happens to this little farm boy, this Nerf herder farm boy. So
Nerf handler.
Yep. Nerf handler. That's right. They're not Nerf herders.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's enough for tonight. Unless you have anything else that you want to add.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with more. It'll be great.
It'll be great. With that, do you want to take us out, or do you want me to take us out?
You can go first tonight.
All right. So from all of us here at Bantha Milk Podcast, we have spoken.
We have spoken.